Okay, this is going to be a video on TokenVortex as at 24th of November. So to start off, just to get the demonstration going, I'll just register with a new username. This is an automatic generator, so username has been automatically generated using just a random name generator, and the password is pattern1. So that's what will usually be used. And here it's just Google saying that the password is too easy to break. That's fine, it's just for a demo. So first coming to here, coming to accounts, there's the read-only admin account that anyone can use, or you can add your own account. But just note that this is all just based on test accounts and test networks, so don't go using any account that has actual Ethereum value stored on it. So the easiest way to do that is just use this create random button here, and it'll generate a new random account that you can store and just play around with. So just call this Alice and save this. So now we've got an account. Come over to contracts, and just for anyone to use, there's a ERC20 token here that I've stored already. Alternatively, you can add a new contract here. However, TokenVortex, this is all a playground built on picking up sort of where Remix leaves off. So in order to write your contract and to compile it and deploy it, you're better off going to Remix at this stage. So in remix.ethereum.org, you can you've got your contract here. So you can write your contract like an ERC20 contract, and you can compile it as well. And then once you've compiled it, you can get the ABI. Actually, I'll start off with the code itself. So you can store the code in here. This is mainly just for reference. And you can store the ABI. So TokenVortex needs the API in order to function properly. I'll show you in a sec. And also the bytecode. It doesn't need the bytecode in actual fact at this stage, but it's easy just to stick that in there as well. So if I was to give this a name, test, just give it a symbol, a version, type. The decimals, I like to leave it at 0. You can check that out. This is the number of decimals for the tokens that are going to be used. And these will be the addresses, so once it's been deployed. But at the moment, just to store these values into TokenVortex, just check that's all in there. Yep, so that's all good. So yeah, then you'd want to deploy to each of these sites. I won't do that at the moment, but it's easy enough to do that through Web3 Injector. And MetaMask will need to be installed to do that. But anyway, so once you've got your contract all set up and you've got your account, then you can come over to transactions and you can build a transaction sequence. So starting off, just create a new transaction sequence, and this is where you would add in steps. So the first step I might demonstrate is to send money using the basic token from admin to Alice, the newly created Alice. So recipient will be Alice, the address and the amount. Okay, so there's no amount input at the moment, so any custom fields that you want to add in, just use this custom fields section here and just add a field. So you can see here. Oops. Yeah, so once you've got a custom field added in, you can use it. So just have to do this again though. So transferring to Alice the address using the custom field value. So this will be the first step that will run. So that's been saved, and I'll just add another step, which will be balance of. So balance of Alice, just to check the value after it's been transferred, and then save that. So these will be the steps that will run. First transfer, then balance of. So in order to run those, let's go to the logs. So this is where you run the transaction. You can see the steps here, transfer, balance of, and just click run next. At this stage, it doesn't iterate through automatically. It's just a step-by-step process. And also, so at the moment, so it's come back amber. So this means that the transfer, this is the transfer receipt. So it means it's in line to be processed. And if you click refresh, hopefully it should be green. So this means it's been finished. So if you click here and you click on log, you'll see the transaction details on Etherscan, or the inputs and the transaction details here showing that's all the information there. So later on I'll try and clean that up, make it more presentable, but at the moment it's just a dump of all the log information. So once that's been run, so that means the value's been transferred. So next we want to run the balance of. And because this is a read-only transaction, that comes back straight away. So if you look at read-only, you'll see the balance value of 1. So that comes back in the transaction TX object. So there's work to be done to pass these values. So I'll need to work on a way of getting the value back in numeric form instead of hexadecimal, decimal form instead of hexadecimal. Yeah, so that's basically how this will work. And so yeah, I'll have an automated sequence working. Hopefully I'll have something which can push information as it occurs back. And also I just need to work on a method of getting the value out of one transaction and putting it into the next transaction. Are the three main features to be added in. Also, just there are some other features here that are sort of peripheral. So we've got a basic ETH balance and transfer thing you can check out. And you can also use this to transfer value. So this will be transferring ETH. And also in the contract section, pretty much the same thing, but with the token balances.